Welcome to Luke Diamond Show. Welcome to the audience. Hope everybody's having a good day. We are now midnight over Eastern Time, Ontario, Canada. Now we are in September 10th. So I've been a little bit busy for a few days as I'll be talking about my limo, working on the rust and few things underneath car, not getting under, but on the sides, laying on the side of the car safely, so you don't have to get under, but doing all that work. That's getting ready for the limo show shortly in about few weeks, and excitement. But now we are bringing back the conversation about astrology, numerology, meditation, spirituality, society, cultures. We're bringing everything in the open now, because you can't discuss one thing and leave the other out. It's all connected, it's all intertwined. So now today's show is going to be about the society cultures. We were discussing that. A little connection to psychology, numerology, astrology, right? So I'll start from where I left off. Subscribe to the channel, and if you like the show, then click the like button. And please donate. Buy the book on Amazon Kindle. Red Flare is the name of the book. One word. Only $9.99 on Kindle. It's basically a free gift to all of you with the Omni message, Miracles of Red Flare Omnipresence. And I'll show the page again. If you just look on the beautiful title, of course, and the words, but look, just first page will tell you how much beyond more is in there. If you just see this. If that doesn't startle and excite anyone, then I don't know what will. All right. So now we are going to share the links, share the message to everyone you know, friends, family, acquaintance, doesn't matter. The more you share, the more people will hear the word, the channel will grow, and we can pass the message to everyone, to the society, can as a whole come out of the chaotic, drug addict, alcoholic, all the problems we go through in a human life. We are all weak people, I understand. I'm a very understanding man, as you know. So all the problems we have in society, protest, arguments, divorce, financial difficulties, let's all get out of it and be fully healthy, spiritually, medically, in terms of, physical exercise, health, spiritual health, meditation, all good things will come all who will seek the knowledge. So you have opportunity to watch this show. You have an opportunity to listen to this voice for free on YouTube. Subscribe, donate and buy the book, share the links, and everybody be blessed. So now, today we will get into more things. See, I've put the labels here now. Red Flare Records, DJ Red Flare, another name I use. I will discuss that in the future. Red Flare Planet is beautifully lit at the bottom, orange and red. And we got some disco lights here. And by the time you watch this show, you've already heard a 45-minute music show. Keyboards, that I said, I promised I will do. Promises made, promises are delivered. It was there. And more coming. Lot more. So, let's focus on the show now. So, as we left it off last time, pt11 around, or pt12 around the music show, all that stuff. So now we go to the pt30. Now I'm using the word pt part, meaning part, episode. So I'll keep using the word to keep a track of my own shows and recordings, and also for the audience. But sometime you might not see pt13 exactly go as pt13 or 12, but whatever the number of the show is on the YouTube, you just follow 1, 2, 3. So I'll keep it simple that way. But I'm trying to keep it within the right numbers, right? So this will be technically then, I would say, pt12, I guess. To 12 or 13, we'll figure that out when it's, its turn will come. So anyways, so between pt12 and 13. Okay, so now from now the shows will be only half an hour. So I'm recording 3 shows tonight, or at least 1 or 2, whatever I can. And then they will be delivered within the next couple of days. So no worries. My voice is here. I'm alive. I'm ready to speak. I've opened the channels of communication to the world. Everything is in the open. There's no secrets. We're discussing everything openly. All of us. We are all connected. We are one people, one family. Simple. No complications here. Now, so now we go forward to the issues. So we were talking to, interestingly, I talked to somebody today. I was at a tea shop, coffee shop, or something. So I talked to somebody today, and I found out, oh, this person, very exciting and all that. Like I said, get together with number 11, 22, 9, and 3, whatever. I'm number 3, Capricorn. But anyways, so met somebody 22 and number 22, and that person, was listening and listening to all this kind of stuff. I mentioned the show, the links, and we ended up talking about different things. But something interesting came up I want to mention. Inhibitor 22 didn't know that, but like I said, they're fully trained internally. Once they activate the third eye, I told the person, you'll be okay. So they're listening now. See? Now the universe has a chance to win. So I'm starting to now expand. I'm talking to 22, 11, and 9, wherever I can find them. Doesn't matter, on chat groups, online, wherever. In person mostly, and some of them I'll bring on the show. So this is all we need to focus on. 11, 22, 9, or 11, 22, 9, and 3. This will bring the ultimate universal positive energy into all our lives with other numbers. I'm number 3, that's magical, so we bring it all together. And number 8 will have the 6, 5, and 4 with the troubles, 2 and 1, all that stuff. Those are not significant numbers based on what we're talking about, in this context. So let's roll. So now today I talked to the person, and the person, one thing interesting came in the conversation. I felt that again he was a little bit shy, a little hesitant. He's probably watching this now on the TV, on the YouTube when I'm talking about this. But he felt it, his energy in his body, in his chest, arms. I could feel it. He's feeling it, So it's very powerful energy, very gifted number, 22. But now they said, no, we will spread your links, we will do the work. I said, yes, continue the spreading the work as fast. Everything we do slow. We think slow, we talk slow, we think through everything, and then we act, like I said before with the show. But this stuff, we don't have so much time, right? We're in 2025. So we don't have till 2060 or 2080, right? We all live a short life. So within 3 to 5 years is the goal. Then we gotta make this one of the major YouTube channels that people listen to, subscribe, buy the product, donate, spread the links, and sponsor the show and all that kind of stuff. And this is all for positive vibes for everyone. We all feel alone. The energy out there is not so good. I know, I understand how you all feeling. Sometimes we are shy, sometimes we are ashamed to share, to say, but in this show, we all here. We all discussing everything openly. So feel free to feel whatever, meaning feel okay to feel things. Don't feel bad, and let's feel it together. Let's have the peace together. Let's have the kindness and love together. All of us. Each and everyone. I don't want to leave anybody out. But not, of course, people who don't want to support the show. They're not into spiritual meditation. They're not interested in, the omni realm. Then that's their path. That's their decision. But as we can see in the history, the time is cutting short and short. And things are getting faster and faster. So we only have enough time to reach out to the people who want the help, or who are trying to get the help, or who would like to get some help. Those are the people is my audience. I'm so focusing on those. And the people who are spiritually already inclined, and they already know stuff, and they want to further know, and that kind of stuff too, right? So if somebody's watching this show 11, 22, or 9, or 3, or whatever, that's fine too. If they want to know more than they already know, that's fine too. We always are learning, naturally need new things from each other. Like I said, the idea of all this discussions is humbleness, love, and kindness, and that's where it starts, and that's where it all ends. Nothing beyond that, But anyway, so going back to the show, so I was talking to a person, something interesting came up. And I said, I just couldn't bear not to say it, so I said it. So I said to the person, because we were 22 number talking to, I was like, okay, let's bring this up. So I said, Now, I'm not talking about Ontario, Canada again. This is again a broader context. Sometime I mentioned Ontario, Canada, specific issues. Yes, I live here. But we're talking about universal. So most of the messages are for all people, not bound by country, border lines, or anything like that. It's a message to everyone on earth. So now something came up. So I asked him something, I said, a lot of people have protests and things. We talked about that a couple of times out there. So much uh, uncomfortableness, people not happy and upset and sad and miserable. And all this brings up the protest and not happy and not satisfied and all that stuff. So I said, but something interesting in that too. Now, this is not something I'm creating the word. This word is already out there. You can watch millions of YouTube shows talking about this specific topic now. Tier 2 policing. Right. So I'll just touch base again. Again, like I said, we don't get into too heavy stuff with certain things. We just talk a little, we say something, and we move on. Our work is to be spiritual and peaceful, regardless of what protest happening and what's going on. Right. So now in this situation, so I told the person, the tier 2 policing, there was something happening in UK, and it was surprising to see that the police, kind of protecting the people who are protesting against people who are not technically doing anything. They're just complaining about, like illegal migrants or somebody illegal coming in without document. They're just concerned, right? It's nothing serious, but they're just concerned, and they're like, who are these people? Where are they coming from? Are they legally here? Something goes wrong, then what happens? Where's the police? Where's just general stuff, general society, small town stuff. People get concerned if people are walking from a bus at night, and who are these people? So many coming in. No, that's normal. That's everywhere. Like I'm just saying, But now my point was, but I noticed last month things are changing back now. So now the police is stopping the protesters. And now, all of a sudden, not before as much, but now they are turning around. Because remember, the police is very kind people. They're human beings, right? They are run by the politicians and by the bureaucrats. We all know that. That's nothing secret, I'm telling you. But they are human beings. So they are, on my level, I'm saying, the human beings, and they are finally catching on, saying, okay, you know what? Some stuff is not reasonable. So we are the service community, the police service. So we are going to give people good service. So when they see the protest on the other side is getting a little upset, a little overboard, then they're stopping them. You can see some of these videos yourself. So stuff like that. So anyways, I'm going to only touch base a little, then we're going to move on. But my point is beyond just the behavior of police, people, protest, all this one side, this side, left, right, all this stuff, centrist, all this. But my concern is when the laws are written, like I only give as an example, like Criminal Code of Canada. We live here, so we can specify to that one. But again, I'm talking about the whole world here, not just Canada. But this is an example. So if Criminal Code of Canada has certain laws about incitement, speech, protest and riots and all that stuff, basic laws, and they are same everywhere, mostly similar. So now UK similar. But my question was concerned that the point I want to make on the show, I want the audience to realize. Right, because I've also talked to another person interesting couple days ago. He was a police officer in Brampton. Okay, in Brampton, I heard that they're having a lot of issues. Well, most people talking about it. But anyways, he said that no, issues are worse than what you're hearing, Luke. I said, oh, okay, well, better, the policemen. So there are issues out there, right? Okay. So I'll keep it kind, nice. I'm not going to say anything. But okay, there's issues. So that's their problem. They need to deal with this. Their job, right? Mayors, police, that's their job, right? Okay, fine. Let's move on with respect. But my point is, so my only concern about this mentioning now is only one reason. So I was talking to this number 22, and I raised a very good point, which I want the audience to hear now, because this is something I have to say on the broadcast here, because this is something is very valuable, very educational, and very high-spirited for all parties involved, for the left, right, protest people, police people, lawyers, everybody, judges, everybody is in this. We all together, right? So we all in this together. So all I'm saying is, because I've studied law myself, like the basics, of course. I'm not an expert. I did my 2 years a police foundation. I did some security jobs and nightclub stuff like that. So I got into, as you know, lots of things here. You can see my talents and my conversations. But my only concern was one thing: the tier 2 policing or not. My concern is right now that if I look at the law, now this is very important point I'm going to make. So if we look at the law, the spiritual law, Okay, there's spiritual law, there is 10 commandments, there is criminal code, there's lots of different laws, rules, bylaws, all that stuff. But we talk about sometimes the letter of the law, the spirit of the law, right? And as you see biblically mentioned, the heart of the law. So there's different layers of the law. So my concern is more towards the heart of the law, right? My concern is that if a law is written a certain way, okay, let's say any country, doesn't matter which one, a law is written a certain way, then that is supposed to be followed, right? So that's how it works, I guess. Everybody follows the same law. So tier 2 policing or not, my point is that if the law is written in a certain way, then whoever's instigating, regardless of cultures or religions or the situations, I mean, sometimes it has to be interpreted certain. I get that, because sometimes it's real time happening. You see all these protests, and sometimes the police has to do intervention real time. Like I've studied this, so I get fully that aspect. Yeah, sometimes they have to do those things. Yeah, but what I'm saying that once you have a written law, lawmakers make the law. If something is written in it a certain way, or it's a certain interpretation of it, my point is that if that interpretation is not correctly invoiced or correctly rendered or regulated by the legal system, whether it's police, lawyers, judges, whoever it is, doesn't matter, mayors, whatever, all legal system from bottom security to all the way up. So this is the thing. So this is what people are talking about. This is a lot. But I'm just trying to touch base. The heart of the law is that if it's written that way, sometimes it can be manipulated, yes, depending on the situation, which I'm fully aware, which most of it would agree. Sometimes it has to be bent this way, that way to make it work. Understand the heart of the law, the heart in it, right? You have your heart. That's the spirit of the law going in. You gotta, it's a spirit in it. But my point is that if it's written a certain way, it has certain limitations. You can go to the heart of the law, the letter of the law, and the heart of the law, and the spirit of the law. But you still have a certain, right, limitation. We can't go out of it completely and say, well, this is a new law. Okay, that's fine. But then you have to make that law, right? The lawmakers have to amend the laws and make those laws. And now say, okay, these are the new laws we all follow, right? Makes sense? Okay. So now that makes sense. But my point is, if current laws have not been updated or amended, and they're being interpreted incorrectly by anybody, nothing to do with Canada, anybody in the world, a lawyer, judges, court systems, legal secretaries, whoever, doesn't matter, bystander person, police officers, security guards, army people, doesn't matter who, they all understand the law, they've studied, right? I've studied, I know. So then the problem in society comes worse, because now people say, so we thought we were supposed to be all following this. Well, the law has not been updated yet to seeing this. So you can see something totally new and say, well, this is not the law, so what's going on? So if all I'm saying, if they want to interpret it totally different or in a very different variation, then they have to amend the laws so people can understand better what's going on, right? And I'm sure the politicians will appreciate this feedback. So it is easier for their job, for lawyers, for judges. Less work, less paperwork, less money spent, It's easier to understand and solve the problem, like I said before. So this is what I'm saying. So I was telling this to number 20. He said, it clicked in his head. He said, yeah, you know what? Look, this is interesting. I said, yeah, because if you interpret the law incorrectly, doesn't matter who you are, any human being, right? It would be technically against the law. Because if you're interpreting a law intentionally over and over, not the way it's written or the heart or the spirit of that law, then you're intentionally doing it, right? So it's almost like saying, like somebody is inciting it now. So it's like somebody said, oh, I'm following this law. Well, if you're not doing it the right way, right? We all follow green light, red light, everything, traffic, all that. So if you're not following right, that's my other point. To educate people to follow the law, respect the policemen, respect the judges, respect everyone in society, and work together. I mean, you know what I mean? In a for positive way. But my concern is, if it's not interpreted correctly over and over, as we see in the media, a lot of things these days, then like there's some turnaround happening now. But what I'm saying, my just concern is that it's technically ends up being incitement. Meaning, if you take a law and intentionally do the opposite of it, then whoever is doing it, doesn't matter who that person is, then they are inciting against the law, right? So that becomes a problem, and they can get in trouble, because now they are going against the law. So going against the law is also breaking the law, interpreting the law. Like in the army, you have an officer and then you have a lower level officer. So it's subordination if the lower level officer try to interpret the law. They can in certain ways, certain situations, but there's a limitation again, right? You can only go so far with your superiors. But what I'm saying, that if we have a system, judge, politicians, judge, mayor, police chief, police sergeant, all we have a system, right? Policeman, security guard, you know, taxi driver, we have a system. Then we have bystander people, right? Like us. But what I'm saying, that if they're going to interpret the law, they need to be aware that the interpretation is correct. So whoever's interpreting it doesn't get in trouble either. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to help everybody on all sides. So you don't get in trouble saying, okay, well, this is written this way, and this can be only applied in these 4 scenarios. But in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th scenario, this cannot be applied, because then it's instigating against the law that's written. So it's like going in the opposition of the law, which turns into incitement in a way. Okay, so that's all I'm going to touch the base on that. Just trying to have a quick discussion about that, so we are a little bit clear about those specific issues in the world right now. And now again, we're going to move on, and we wish everyone the best, the policemen, the security guards, the judges. We wish everybody well things, that they interpret the law the right way. So nobody goes through hardship and struggle. The law is there written for a reason. So let's go to the heart of the law, spirit of the law, and then the letter of the law. Let's not try to go beyond that, because then not only incitement happens, people get in trouble, but we also lose the law. We lose the spirit and the heart of the law, and then the law becomes lawless itself. So it's like they have to write it all over again. Lawmakers have to get the ink pen and write it all over again, that criminal code line or that specific section, all over need to be written based on new environmental or new situations. Okay, that's okay. I mean, that's a different discussion and debate, not for this show. But that is when they have updated them. But if they're not getting updated, it cannot be verbally done like in a verbally in an intentional way. It cannot be done that way. So it has to be updated, and then it can be rendered. That makes sense. But anyways, like I said, there are some variations, some exceptions, because the job is very difficult for the law enforcement and all that. So then, and the court system. So there it becomes a little bit difficult sometimes. So they have to balance it, manage. That's normal. That's part of the heart and the spirit of the law and the letter. There is enough flexibility, yes. But going out of it these days, what's happening out there, the protests, like we've talked about, it's nothing new. In Canada happens too. Like one person, somebody breaks in their house and that person ends up being charged. So, all that kind of stuff people so much complain about in Canada. I don't even know why we have such laws, but that's a different debate for a different day, for the officials to debate that, the ones who wrote these laws, right? Or amend these laws. But other than that, that's all I'm going to say on that. Now we're going to go back to the issues at hand. So as I was saying, right, that we get a lot of problems in society. We respect each other, we love each other, we show kindness and gracefulness to each other, then there is no problem. The heart of the law, spirit, and the letter is already, it's already there with us. No problems. Everything is good, peaceful. So. Okay, well, somebody watched one of the shows here. One Italian lady, I won't mention the name, but she's a very good pianist, pretty famous in Toronto. But if she's watching it now, she knows I'm talking about her. I guess. But she's a very wonderful lady, and she plays great piano. You probably heard of her, Italian nice lady singing to me, but mostly piano. Anyways, so she liked the show. She said, I love the show. That's good reaction from the Facebook. I'm sending the links as fast as I can. So now we discuss, we have to touch base with everything. I've shown the concern to the legal system. I've shown the concern to the laws and things. And so now we can move on, move on to the other real everyday life concerns, which worries people more, right? So anyway, so now we were talking about number 22. So I had a discussion with him. Then a call ended, and I said, okay, fine. So he's going to look into, spreading the word too. But anyways, but I told him to find out. Just because he's 22 doesn't mean he shouldn't look for people who are 11 and 9 and 3, right? Like that's my point. Or 22. He needs to find some like-alike people and get their energy going. Like I said, we need to expand this universal energy so we can get this all going. We can really, really get a beautiful energy going. It will make our spirits high. We'll feel better. All that nice, good stuff. So now it's not Halloween yet, but the lights you can see. My stage now is all lit up. You can see I said I promised I'll do all that. It's all ready to go here. Piano has been done, the music has been done. So lots of content to talk about. But like I said, I'll only touch base with certain subjects because certain subjects can only be resolved in time, right? As we all know, it's not going to be an overnight solution. So I will talk about things that we can solve. I will not waste your time or mine about things I cannot solve and you cannot solve or we cannot solve, right? So our focus is on things that we can solve and then the next solve and the next one and the next one. If it's a very hard situation that cannot be solved by one person or two people and some bigger issues, then we leave that to the masses to or the laws and all that, people in charge to take care of their way of doing the job, as I said. But we need to work on our things. So now we are going to discuss further. So we need to come together as one people. We need to treat each other like family. This behavior of strangers, we are all strange. No, this is all self-inflicted. Because think about it. If you go to in a park, right? Or if you go to a children's playground, you see a lot of parents there with their children. Children are playing, right? Did you ever notice? Or you see a TV show, TV ad, whatever. You see lots of children, they're just playing. They're playing with everybody, see? They act like family. They're just playing with everyone. They don't understand the skin color, religion, culture, where you're from, none of that. They're just playing. They want to enjoy life. They're playing in those, rides and all that stuff. So my point is that, even though we grow up into a lot of sadly negative, uncomfortable situations in our life and go through a lot of bad things and not end up being so good ourselves because of the environment we go through. The experience makes us what we are. I get it. But what I'm saying that now, but we need to also realize that at heart, inside us, we are children. We are innocent. This environment is making us this way, angry and hateful. The environment, everything around us that is not pure and that's not godly or spiritual, is creating these problems. Because even we are older, right? But we still snap like little children, like kids, when we get upset about something or we react, we still act like kids. Think about it. Let's observe. A lot of observation is needed on this earth. We are still like little kids. So let's go back to being innocent kids. We don't have to be grown ups in a negative way. I mean, be positive and have innocence at heart of the law, everything like I said. Have that beautiful innocence inside us and treat each other with kindness and take care of each other. Don't think this person is stranger. There is no stranger. You take care of somebody, maybe somebody take care of you. Everybody take care of each other. Don't say like some, okay, let's say when I used to go to the bars and stuff like that, right? We go to the bars and stuff, Like I'll be honest, not boasting, but things happen, Like sometime you might buy somebody a drink or you might buy somebody a pizza slice or a burger or whatever, milkshake, orange juice, whatever, sometimes. And usually nobody buys you anything back, right? So that's what my point is. So do your best, be kind to everyone. But what I'm saying that you need to, but the other side of the people, they need to. That's what we need now. They need to be stop being so scared of each other. All this strangeness. Somebody buys you something, then you buy them something. Don't wait. Don't think. The same night and same evening, get do something for them. It's not competition. Oh, I bought you this, so you buy. No, it's not that. It's just a good gesture. It's something small you do for them, doesn't matter. But do something back. Don't do nothing, because that is the most horrible thing a person can do. Don't do nothing. Just sit there, do nothing. That's not good. That's very negative and very bad in society, in today's society. People are so busy, they don't have the time. So give back. Please give back. Don't just take. Please give back to each other. Give first and then wait for the take or response. But give, give. Give each other something. Make each other a little bit happy in the day. Make somebody smile. Take care of each other psychologically, because when we take care of each other psychologically, spiritually, mentally, our personalities, we will shine into the stars of the universe. We will shine. We need to come together. We are not strangers. We are one species, one people. We are all together. We need to work together. You see, when people are building a building, right? When people make a building, what happens? Like a lot of Italians are known for construction jobs and stuff, right? So, like say this is a big Italian building company, they're building something. But like how people work? Do you build a house yourself? The thing, this is what you need to observe. This is very simple stuff, ABC. Keeping it simple so everybody can follow the message and apply it, understand quickly in society, and we can change it. So, a building is constructed how? Does one person build the building, or there's 6 to 8 people, like a family, like workers together, working together to build it, right? Right. You drive a car, basically you drive with two hands. You don't drive with one hand, right? You need your both legs to drive too, right? So everything is duality, I'm saying. Nothing is loneliness in that way. Everything has to work. Now, I'll mention something else very important. Look at the birds. We learn a lot from animals, but we have to learn in the right dimension, in the right way. Because sometimes we can learn negative things too from, like it depends how you look at it, right? So, like birds, like budgies, parrots, falcons, all that. A lot of birds you see, even seagulls. It's hard to get few people even to come to sit in one room and sing together with a conversation. You know what I mean, right? And in a conference room, whatever. And birds, they are fully programmed, like I mentioned last time. They just come, they sit on the lines of the telephone lines and whatever, on the poles, and they are lying. Nobody's telling them to come. There's a conference happening today, there's a pizza party. No. They are there. They are there lined up. They wait for the car, they go, they get the food, they do the stuff. Before it gets dark, they all get home safe together. Right? So why aren't we acting the minimum in a positive way like they do, right? The human should be much more advanced, right? We're not even following basic things. Nightclub finishes, one person going here, one going there. I mean, some people have house parties and stuff. I'm not saying that. But there's different parties, like lots of different people go in pockets. But if we went as a family in a big mansion or a house, whatever, doesn't matter. Or maybe instead of having 50 parties, 100, we only have 10 parties. Enough people in one place. I mean, of course, you can only put so many people in one place technically, but what I meant, like, if there's a bigger space to go to or bigger events, if more people get together and go together as groups, I'm saying, instead of just 4 or 5 people going to separate, hundreds of them, the clubs after. Have 20, 30 people go together at a big house party or whatever, like that kind of thing. Everybody hang out together, take care of each other. Everybody is going alone at night, the streets, this and that, and then bad things happen. So when we go sometime walk alone night, too, bad things can happen too, right? So what about the other person? I mean, they're human beings too, right? They're going to go through it. We can go through it. So, make friends, try to watch out for each other, try to make sure everybody's okay. It's hard, I know, it's not easy, but at least we should try. That's what I'm saying. Have the awareness. I used to go to club, dance a lot. I got so famous in Barrie, Ontario. Originally I started at the Bank Night Club 10 years ago. Danced and became very famous there. And then I got at the Queen's Bar Club Hotel and danced there. And I went to the Mansion Club. We had Foundation Club before. We had the Ranch, now 2.0. We had the Wicked Wednesday and the Georgian Calling. I've been everywhere. Wasaga Beach, Sandbar, I went there. K2, Blue Mountains. Yeah. Then COVID came, so I didn't get the chance to continue my work. I was really going to get into it commercially. Like, as you can see, I'm trying to do all that now. But we were trying to do all this, but so I got quite famous with my dancing. But that's just one thing I do. And I sing and karaoke and everything too. Sing and dance together too. But anyway, so we need to take care of each other and make sure that nobody's left out. We are only strangers till we know each other. So then, my point is, let's get together, everyone, get to know each other a little bit. Stop having the hesitancy. I'm doing my own thing. I'm playing basketball. I'm playing cricket. I'm playing tennis. I'm playing this and that. Bring people together. Everybody play in groups and teams, and those were the days in 60s and 70s. With the same people. Meaning we are originating from those good days. So let's bring the old culture back for everyone. East, West doesn't matter, all mix, and bring everything back together. 60s and 70s values need to come back so we can feel good. So we can feel good, we can be healthy, we can enjoy our lives, and we can say, you know what, we look forward to the next day. Not like people are sitting miserable, sad, saying, oh, tomorrow, who cares? Like, we can't live like that, right? We have to live happy. Life is too short. It cannot be dwelled into mysterious negative vibes and bad things and bad karma and all the bad stuff, right? It's too short. So we gotta try to make the best of it, enjoy it, praise the Almighty, omnipresent red flare, and be blessed, So anyway, so this is my one of the show that today I'm doing. Now I'm going to stop this show here, and now we're going to go to PT13. Okay, I'll start the next one now. So I hope I covered a lot today. Whoever is hearing this, hope has learned something educational, spiritual, whatever way unique you are receiving and feeling these messages. But please be positive and don't waste time in things that are not important. People are important. Let's make each other important. Our priority number one in our jobs, in our co-workers, in our society, in our restaurants, in our bars. Really take care of each other. If we don't take care of each other, everything falls apart. As you can see, what's happening out there these days, lots and lots of crime. But anyway, so everybody have a blessed day, and in the name of Almighty, the miracles of Red Flare omnipresent. Like I said, check out the book Red Flare on Amazon. Also, my music is all the links are in the description. Spotify music, my band, my CD music, all my albums, everything is there. There are some spiritual songs in there too. An important one, good song I want to mention too. There's a song in one of my albums that's related to all this, and it's called Red Flare Planet. You want to hear that song, okay? And maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll decide. Maybe it's already on my DJ Red Flare channel, so check it there too. A Red Flare Planet song, or maybe one day I'll play it here something. But it has the animation video and everything. So that's kind of the theme of all these discussions. But definitely look forward to talking to the audience again. Subscribe if you like the show. Click like and do donate to the email info@lukediamond.co.uk. Buy the book and support the show so my voice can go everywhere, so I can help everyone as much as I can. It gives me contentment, it will give you contentment, it will give all of us contentment. And I want other people to learn all this and start their own shows eventually. Like, I'm not going to be here forever either, right? We are here for a short time. That's my point. So I'll be here for the time duration